It's official. Amber Heard's dog stepped on the bee, but she will not be in Aquaman 3. This is Epic Thoughts. That's sad. We talk about Amber Heard on Epic Thoughts. That's okay, because it's Epic Thoughts. Yo, this is Rohmon. With me always is Karla Finlayson. What up, Karla?
Hey.
Look at, she got the official office background right there going on.
Yep. Today I'm able to do it.
Is officially non-soccer season. I thought soccer was year-round. I was scared because she was like, we're going to play fall. And I was like, oh, God.
It is year-round. It's just not the season's not right now, but they're still practicing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but Gia has not started practicing yet. Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Man, what's up, Karla? How's everything going? Everything's good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Poor Amber Heard. Do you feel sorry for Amber Heard?
Slightly.
That's gotta be rough to have a relationship as toxic as Amber's and Johnny's and then have to replay the whole relationship out for the world to see. That's gotta be tough.
I just wish she would stop doubling down. Like she needs to go away.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. She doubles down and then she loses. And
the issue is like, go ahead.
I would hate to. I've been in some toxic relationships, right? And I would hate to have my toxic relationship posted out for the whole world to see and replayed. That's just got to be excruciating.
In addition to that, though, in part of her testimony, she said she just wanted all of this to go away. I'm like, well, if you wanted to go away, you have a weird way of showing it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. But anyways, it's time for Epic Thoughts. My gray hair this is the last day I'm going to have gray hair today. I've got an appointment to color it in about 1 hour, Karla. So we're going to get this episode done. And by the time this episode airs tonight, I will not be gray hair beard man. It doesn't look that bad, but on the clear TV.
You can't dye it yourself?
I'm not that talented to dye it myself. So that's why you got called on the twins to do it for you. And they give me a cut and a touch up. So it's cool.
Got it.
All right, Karla, you said something that was so alarming to me yesterday, that I was like, yo, we have to have this conversation on Epic Thoughts. Now, this is in lieu of
just yesterday.
Yeah, well, you've always said stuff like we gotta have this conversation on Epic Thoughts, but normally we'd be like, yeah, we do, and then we never have the conversation. However, today is a good day to do Epic Thoughts, even though this is pre-recorded. So if you post on this thing, it's not gonna show up on our screen below because it is pre-recorded. But we'll just do our thing anyway. Karla, talk to me about Top Gun Maverick.
It's an excellent film. Very good. Very, very good film. So the original Top Gun released the year I was born. I don't even know if I watched the original prior to the day before I saw the new one. But needless to say, the first one, I was not that impressed, but it was movies in the 80s. So I guess for the 80s, it was cool. Mm-hmm. But I went to see the new Top Gun, and I thought it was a phenomenal film. It was really, really good. I mean, it gave you all the classic nostalgia of Top Gun, the first one, with just great storylines, great casting. I was on the edge of my seat, very, very stressed in some moments. And I thought to myself, Tom Cruise has to be one of the best action star films of our time.
Okay, that's where that statement that Karla just made is what we're going to start this episode off with. The statement she made, because I was like, that's interesting you say that, Karla, say it again.
Tom Cruise has to be one of the best action film stars of our time.
Okay, Tom Cruise has to be one. And I thought about that for a second, and I tried to think of some other names, and I was like, this is debatable. it's a good conversation. And I don't know why I never quantified in my head that Tom Cruise was the action star. And then I started thinking about it. I said, no, as of lately, that's all he's done, right? He's done action. He's done his Mission Impossible series, which just seem to get better every time he does a new one. This man's 56 years old.
And he also does his own stunts.
He also
That's
does
impressive.
That's yeah, even to the point where I think it was
he almost died in one of them.
Or he hurt himself really bad.
Hurt himself or something. Yeah.
He broke his shin or his ankle.
Let's see. Let's find out. Go ahead. Keep talking.
But I think it was on Fallout. He broke his ankle or his shin, and I know the stunt is when he jumped from one roof to the other.
Yeah. So it had to be Mission Impossible.
Yeah. He jumped from one roof to the other, and he didn't land it quite like he wanted to, and he broke his shin, but continued the stunt. Like you see in the movie, you see him limp off. So it's like, wow, this guy is a monster.
So he broke his ankle while doing Mission Impossible: The Fallout.
Yep. That was the most recent one.
Mm-hmm.
And for Mission Impossible fans, I am excited because I am a diehard Mission Impossible fan. They got a new one coming out this year, a new Mission Impossible. And it
looks like it's a 2-part series.
It does look like a 2-part series. So I'm really excited about that. So Tom Cruise you're saying he's one of the best action stars of our day. Why? Give me some deep root. Is that because he does his own stunts or what? You made
That's part of it. Mm-hmm. That's part of it. But to me, the reason, the one thing that makes him one of the best is that he's believable. Mm-hmm. And I really, truly think that he's a pretty good actor. Like, he's not just like, for me, for example, like The Rock is just an action star, but he's not the best actor to me. Mm-hmm. But he does great action movies, but that acting, I'm not going to a film that The Rock is in expecting to see a blowaway performance of acting from him.
That was going to be my take. Okay, go ahead.
No, but Tom Cruise delivers action and drama. He just has the acting part. It just adds an extra touch, in my opinion.
Tom Cruise can act his butt off. I will give him that. Tom Cruise. So because I was going to say The Rock. That was going to be my debate, was The Rock. But you do got me there. Tom Cruise. I've never seen The Rock film. There's been stuff where he's had moments in films where like, that was touching, Rock. That was touching.
Good, touching.
That was touching. That was a touching scene, Rock. I love how you did that. But there was never a scene where there wasn't a full out movie from beginning to end where you could say The Rock was acting well, as opposed to Tom Cruise. He's just done a phenomenal job in his career. You also mentioned Bruce Willis. So where does Bruce Willis lie? Because you mentioned Bruce Willis.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Was he from a older generation, in your opinion?
Yes.
Of action heroes.
Yes.
Action stars.
Yes.
So if we go to action stars in today's age, we have Tom Cruise, we have The Rock. Who else are you putting that list on that upper echelon? Let me throw some names at you.
Okay.
Let me throw some names at you. You tell me yes or no.
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds.
Do you consider him an action star?
The bulk of what I've seen him in lately has been action. They've just been comedy action. But he's done the 2 Deadpools. He's done 3 movies with Netflix that they're all been action.
I had another one that came to mind.
Okay.
But he might be on your list. He's Ryan Reynolds. He's great at Deadpool. I'll just say that.
Oh, he's made for Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me one now.
I was gonna say another really good action star to me is Matt Damon.
I was gonna say Matt Damon, but my thing with Matt Damon is he's known for one series of films.
True. Okay. Harrison Ford. Is he considered an action star? Like, I know I'm naming old school people, like Mel Gibson. There's another one.
Mel Gibson. Okay.
Before he lost his mind.
Who's to say he even had it?
I'm questioning a lot of people in Hollywood if they have it, though, so it's fine.
If we're saying Mel Gibson or Harrison Ford, then you have to put in the names Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, those kind of people.
Yeah, so I guess my criteria is that they're good actors from my perspective.
Okay,
but also I don't know too many movies that I've seen with Tom Cruise that I thought were not good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't recall a movie where I didn't think it was good.
Yeah, he's pretty picky on his films. I think that one, he's pretty picky on his films, and then as of late, Tom Cruise has been doing his own films,
right?
Which is something that people need to think about. Like, yo, this guy was like at the point in his career where he's like, no, I'll pick my films now, and I'll be the executive producer. Actually, I do think of one. I know one that he did not do well in, that the movie didn't do well, and that was the Mummy revamp, where they try to revamp the Mummy.
Yeah,
that was not the best, but it wasn't because of Tom Cruise.
I'm gonna also put in there Will Smith. I think Will Smith is considered a big heavy hitter. Of course, we've had some unfortunate turn of events with his career.
What did he do? I don't understand. What did he do? What did Will Smith do?
I don't know. We got to ask Jada.
It seems like he caught himself in an entanglement of many things. Anyways, yeah, that's it at least. Okay, Karla, then here's the question. $80 million. You have $80 million. You're going to produce the best action film of 2025. Okay. I need you to give me your action star, their co-star, like their love interest. It doesn't, you can pick a woman to be your best actress, the action star, and pick a man to be their co-star, their love interest, and your villain. Top dogs.
I mean, if I would venture to say that as of lately, I mean, we would have to know criteria, but I think like if we're talking about female artists, like, I think, what's her name? Dang it, her name left me now. I can't think of her name. Black Widow.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson.
I thought she broke out and became a great action character. I thought she was phenomenal.
Do you think she's a great actress?
I do think she's a great actress.
She's incredible.
I think she's a phenomenal actress.
Shout out to Scarlett Johansson. She's incredible.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. But honestly, I mean, what is considered era? Like, literally, Tom Cruise was doing movies before I was born, right? Like, when was Cocktail made? Which is what,
the year you were born, wasn't it?
86 as well?
Oh, no, that was 84, maybe.
What was Tom Cruise's first movie?
Risky Business, I would assume.
Risky Business. Okay. So that's what I mean. What's considered of our time?
Yeah, what era are we starting with?
Yeah, because that's also important, I feel. So Risky Business was his first movie in 83.
Yeah.
Never saw it, but I know the
iconic sliding across the floor in his socks.
Also, not an action movie, but Jerry Maguire, a very iconic movie.
Jerry Maguire is one of the best movies I enjoy. I watch that a lot. It's on my top 10 list of movies that if it's playing, I can sit down and I can watch it. Jerry Maguire, definitely one of those films. So you're sticking. So Tom Cruise is your star.
Yeah, I'll just stick with Tom Cruise. I mean, maybe Tom Cruise of the 90s or something, because he's kind of getting old.
Okay. He doesn't look old. He doesn't look old.
He looks good. He looks good. He looks though that he's like ready to retire though. Like he's like, I'm getting tired of this.
I mean, what else can he do? He's jumped from building to building. He's hung on to a fighter jet. He's flown a fighter jet. So
I mean, I thought Chris Pratt I think Chris Hemsworth is a great action film star.
Chris Hemsworth is incredible.
Not only is he godly to look at, but he's incredibly funny.
Yes, he is.
So it's like a different type of action star. But actually, I'm gonna choose Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, okay. So we switched out. So $80 million we're going Chris Hemsworth with Scarlett Johansson. That's actually not bad.
I don't know. I might pick a new actress, but
Okay.
for sure.
Let's talk, who plays the best villains in Hollywood?
The best villain in Hollywood. Ooh, do you have someone?
I have Christian Bale in my mind. I'm excited for the Thor movie because Christian Bale just embodies every role that he plays. Another person I would like to see, that I really would wish to see, I don't know if he's ever played a villain, but I would like to see Johnny Depp take on a villainous role. Or maybe even Tom Hardy.
I mean, that's not a bad that's not a bad choice.
Mm-hmm. I think Tom Hardy was scared ish. Well, Christian Bale, when he did American Psycho, literally scared me. Like that character was scary.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody else can do it other than Christian Bale.
Okay, do we have to just pick actors or are we talking about characters?
We can talk about characters.
I mean, are we talking about Christian Bale as an actor being a villain or of the character? Okay.
Yes.
I think Christian Bale is just a phenomenal actor. Like I think you can pretty much give him anything and he's gonna rise to the occasion. What's the dude's name that was in that show Breaking Bad? Bill Cranston?
Oh yeah, he's a great actor.
I just think he'd make such a good villain. I think he's such a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
That I would love to see him play like a villain of some sort. I don't know.
Yeah. And also another name just came to my head was J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
He's the guy in Spider-Man movies, runs the Daily Bugle. He did the movie Whiplash. When he did Whiplash, he played a villain. He played a antagonist character, and he got nominated. I believe he got nominated for an award for that role, and he just did really well. And another name that you find synonymous with villainy would be Leonardo DiCaprio.
Somebody that just came to mind as I'm looking at my computer, Leo DiCaprio to me, Leo DiCaprio can do no wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, he just can't. Now, when we're talking about villain, and I know he hasn't been acting for a while, Kevin Spacey.
Was a great character actor. He's a great character actor.
I will go on record to say that he's one of the best actors of our time as well. He's a phenomenal actor.
He is. He's phenomenal. Kevin Spacey has done some great work. And it's unfortunate what's going on with him, but he did some great stuff.
Unfortunately, he's creepy. But
who's not?
In Hollywood, I don't know.
In Hollywood,
nowadays, I don't know.
Is Kevin Spacey the fall guy?
Listen, that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother
epic thought.
Because that's how I feel. I feel like Kevin Spacey is the fall guy. He's just the guy that got caught.
What about Christopher Waltz?
Waltz or Walken?
No, he was in
Christopher Waltz. I know who he is.
Bastards of the Party. With Leo
guy, right?
Yeah, he was in he's like I think he's like an Austrian actor and he played in that movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was such a good villain.
Yeah. And so is
go ahead.
Jeremy Irons. He's dead now, but Jeremy Irons. Not Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons is well alive. Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
He was the original bad guy in Die Hard.
Okay, let me Google him.
And then he's the guy from Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. He's great. But see, okay, remember the original Charlie's Angels?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Uh-huh.
The guy who was in a villain in that movie, I think he's such a good actor. I think he would be a great villain.
And that was a good movie too. I actually like that one. I actually like that Charlie's Angels.
I thought it was great too.
I can't think of his name, but it's on the tip of my tongue. Um, he was good. He was good. But are we sticking with Scarlett Johansson, or are there other women? Do you think Angelina Jolie is a great action actress?
Yeah, I think she's up there with female, just like Charlize Theron.
Do you think, can we put Gal Gadot in there?
We could. We could.
Is she as good as actress as the other girls?
No, but she's stunning.
Yes, she's what Tom Cruise is to you, Gal Gadot is to me. Plus, no, what Chris Hemsworth is to you, Gal Gadot is to me.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, Gal Gadot is.
Yeah, I think she's stunning, and she's not a horrible actress.
No,
but she's definitely up there, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely though, not homegirl that plays in Miss Marvel or wherever the heck her name.
Oh, Captain Marvel, Brie Larson.
She's horrible.
No.
Horrible.
No.
Horrible.
No.
Exactly. No.
I just gave her 7 of those. So Karla, we're just having fun here on Epic Thoughts. Yo, what people don't know, and we could talk about it for a little bit here before we move on to our another segment, because we're talking about acting and actors. So today I went through the whole script. For those of you who don't know, if you're in the IE or the Orange County area, the last week of July and the first week of August, I am playing the role of Troy in Fences in Orange County, and at the Anaheim Stage Door Repertoire. Okay, last week in July, last weekend in August. Last week in July, first weekend in August. And today I went through the script just with a fine-tooth comb to kind of dig into character development for Troy. And I gotta tell you, Karla, this character is deep. There was moments where I like walked around the house like, oh, I don't know if I could pull this off. This is gonna be something. It's gonna be intense. And the character is deep. And then I don't think about it. I think about actors, right, and the things they go through to develop characters to be, to hone in their craft. It's a lot of work. Just doing this one study. This is my first time actually going from page to page to page and dissecting this character. And our rehearsals start tomorrow. And I'm just like, ooh, this dude is heavy. It's heavy. How do you think actors handle that? Like, or you go with you. What were you gonna say?
So what is it that it brings up for you? So I had this conversation with somebody because we were talking about me and acting, and it's so funny that you bring that up. I'll tell you something off air though.
Okay.
A part of the issues that I had, like in acting class and things like that, was for me to pull from a place of like authenticity. I would almost have to open up old wounds that I felt that I had dealt with, and learning how to balance getting that real emotion, but not opening yourself up to the point where you can't close it back up again. And I think that would be the hardest thing for an actor.
That is because there's so many elements to Troy that I look at it and I'm like, dang, I gotta tap into this emotion. I gotta tap into this experience. I gotta tap into different things that I'm not willing to tap into, which I'm just gonna be honest, I was hesitant to even get into it because I know the character and I'm like, I don't want to hash that. I'm not ready to deal with some of the things that he deals with right now. And so in lieu of what happened back in March with Will Smack and Chris Rock, and he's talking about what he had to go through to tap into the energy of Venus and King Richard's personality or his energy or his vibe. It's kind of scary to kind of tap into those things. And so there's a moment where we talk about these actors and these actresses and not realize the work that they go through to get into these characters. Some of them, there's a lot of actors and actresses who just, to them, it's just lines. They're just something they're
Yeah.
just reading. They're just there. But the ones that we mentioned, like the Leos and the Angelina Jolies and the Tom Cruises, and I think that's why some of these people stay in some realm, because it's easy to tap into an action star. They're two-dimensional, but we don't give awards to those people. We give awards to the people who take their character and they go 3, 4, 5 dimensions, and we're feeling what they're feeling. We're going through their pain.
I mean, for me, one of the greatest performances of all time has to be Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles.
He embodied Ray. He embodied Ray.
Exactly. And how do you embody a person that you've really never met before?
Yeah, that you just seen from a distance and knew his stories. To me, right. I'll give Jamie Foxx the head up, because at first I wasn't going to agree with you on that, because I was going to say Heath Ledger's Joker was incredible performance. But I always wonder, I think to myself, would we still praise it if he was dead, if he didn't die?
Still a phenomenal performance, though.
Still phenomenal performance.
But can I be honest? Mm-hmm. And maybe this is a testament to my personality. I really feel like it's a lot easier to be a crazy person than it is to be a person that was alive.
Really?
For sure, because I can create the character and get aspects of who somebody is and, make that up. But to embody somebody that was an actual person, to get their quirks, their movements, their, just imitate everything about them, I think that's a lot harder to do.
Agree. I guess you're right.
But not to say that Heath Ledger didn't do a good job. That's not what I'm saying. I just think it's harder to do that. Like, when you go see Top Gun, and you've probably seen it everywhere. Like the Elvis movie that's coming out. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the trailer?
I have, yes.
I'm like, whoever did this trailer needs a raise, because it's such a good trailer that now I want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see that movie.
If you told me, Charlie Battaglia, who's done the show several times, is a huge Elvis fan. And so when he's telling me about the film, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was listening to him, like, cool. When he showed me the trailer, I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm okay. I'm convinced.
Like I have a feeling, like, if this film is as good as the trailer, this kid who's playing Elvis, his career is going to, I think it's gonna blow up.
Yeah. Is there young artists right now that that are heading that direction that we've seen, that we've gotten beats from? Young actors,
like
and young
actors.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'll give you, I don't know her name, and forgive me for not knowing her name.
Zendaya.
Oh shoot! I'm so sorry. I almost forgot Zendaya.
Tom Holland.
Zendaya. Those two are actors. They're incredible. The young girl from the Ghostbusters movie. Did you see the most recent Ghostbusters with Paul Rudd?
Yeah, but let me remember her name. Go ahead, keep talking.
But you're talking about Zendaya. Zendaya, she embodies her roles too. Like, you forget you're watching Zendaya when she's acting. You're like, yo, who is this person? She's acting. And to go from something as campy as Spider-Man to,
which she did phenomenal in too.
Yes, but the content is campy in comparison to Euphoria.
Right.
Or not Euphoria. What's it called?
Yeah.
Euphoria. Though it's kind of like what you talk about Cranston. Cranston's gone from Malcolm in the Middle to Breaking Bad. Mm-hmm. What a phenomenal range you have to get into those two worlds and be just as effective. And then do a film with Kevin Hart where you're a paraplegic, and you had me thinking the whole time, I was like, man, I didn't know Bryan Cranston was paraplegic. And then I thought about it, said, no, that dude can walk. I've seen him walk before. Like,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he walks.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Another actor that does that for me, who I feel is really underrated, I can't I can't remember his name right now because I'm a hot mess.
Mhm.
Um, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I love him. I think
He's
he's
always
such
been
a good
good.
actor.
Yeah, yeah. Another person that we can name actors and actresses all day. The one I was going to mention is God Split, the guy who did Split, James McAvoy.
Oh, another phenomenal actor. Yes.
Dude, nobody can do Split like he did Split. Like, and then Glass, he was like off the chain.
I
It was
haven't seen
incredible.
it.
Glass is so good. And
Really?
yeah, Glass was good. I was
Glass,
nervous.
Glass.
Uh huh. It's where all the
Okay.
stories come together. The
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So he's the same character from Split, and then the characters from Indestructible, Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, which is another name we didn't mention, Samuel Jackson.
But Samuel L. Jackson to me is not the best actor.
Yeah, we don't want him to hear that because he'll cuss us out.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So that was our little grant on movie. So thumbs up on Top Gun. I haven't seen it, but I'm speaking for Karla and many other people who've watched it. No one has given me a bad review on this movie yet, which is
I
crazy.
looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes, and from the audience is like 99%, and from the critics is 97%.
Wow.
And can I? Okay, I just want to point this out. And
Box office is also broke records.
oh, records. But
Yeah.
I also want to point out that it feels good to watch a movie where I don't feel propaganda is getting thrown in my face.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that too. Yes. Yeah.
It's I just like they were very careful. They didn't say like what country, because obviously it's the military, so they're fighting another country. They don't say what country it is. It's very ambiguous. It's just about the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was just cinematic, like perfection is a strong word, but it was a phenomenal movie.
Mm-hmm. And again, I think that goes to credit Tom Cruise, right?
Yes,
Tom Cruise picks his films, and he owns his own IP. He does the movies that he wants to do it, and he does it the way he wants to do it. So
absolutely.
we talked about here on Epic Thoughts several times about having a chair. Tom Cruise has a chair. He makes the
Yep.
movies he wants. You can't put propaganda. You can't sway him. Tom Cruise will never be woke because it's what he wants to do. He's making the films that he wants to make, and that's all we want from all we want is to be entertained. And Tom Cruise does an excellent job of that. And he deserves the records. And this is Carla. Think about it. This is 4 decades. Tom Cruise has been this is 5 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and now 2020s. Tom Cruise has been top of the acting game for 5 decades.
I mean, listen, I think I also what really excited me too about the movie is all the young upcoming actors that were cast in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't all, I mean, some of them had bigger parts than others, but the casting was just so well done. And the actors, the young actors that are up and coming, I was like, oh, some of these I can see are about to pop off.
Okay.
Like some of these kids are about to pop off in their acting careers. The main kid in the movie is that kid from Whiplash.
Oh wow! I just saw him the other day on Ellen, and it was hilarious. He was talking about how he met Elon Musk, which was hilarious. But he didn't know Elon Musk was Elon Musk. But
That's hilarious.
Here's my transition, and we got 2 things we want to cover before this show's over. Tom Cruise, listen to what I'm about to say, people. Tom Cruise was diagnosed with dyslexia at the age of 7.
Okay. Oh, wow.
He's 59.
Wow.
He'll be 60. Let me see. It says right here. He'll be 60 in a month. July 3rd of this year, Tom Cruise turns 60 years old. He has been in the game and he's been successful. We can name a movie from each of the decades that he's acted, where it was probably one of the top films from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. and now 2020s. This guy has been on top of the game. Now, I say all that to say this. You and I have had conversations, Karla. We're in a place right now in this company in Heritage Park where it's starting to grow faster and bigger than us. And we can't, people have so many excuses in life, Karla, that they can't do something because I had a conversation with somebody who was telling me that they can't do certain things because they're married. You know, like marriage is holding them back. And all these different reasons why we don't do what we're supposed to do or what God called us to do. And a lot of it truly can be fear. But you see somebody like Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise, I don't know his relationship with Scientology as of now. I don't know if he's still involved in that. It's goofy for what it is. But you can't say that this guy has not met some hurdles in his life and he overcame them. I mean, he is a 5'7" bona fide action star.
Right.
5'7". You don't cast 5'7" men to be your leading man. So just with that being said, people, get over yourself, get outside, get to do something with your life, man. If Tom Cruise can do it, then dang it, you can do it. You can do it too. Tom Cruise does not isn't back down from anybody. That's for sure. So shout out to Tom Cruise. Congratulations to all you and your energy and all the work you've done. Are you going to watch Jurassic Park?
Probably, but I heard it's not that good.
Jurassic Park's kind of lost thunder in the last few years. And there's just only certain Jurassic Park movies that I've actually enjoyed. You can only get chased by a dinosaur.
The first one was good.
First one was incredible, but it was something that you just didn't see ever in movies. And then second and third, they were chasing a high. The Chris Pratt one, we got excited. Oh wow, we got one with Chris Pratt, and it had some moments where it was like, okay. And then the one before this one that just came out was like, oh my gosh. Haley Steinfeld, that's an actress I gotta give a shout out to. She's going to be somebody special. She's incredible.
She's good. She's a good little actress, yeah.
Now let's talk about some real stuff, Karla. Let's talk about some real world things.
How much time do you have?
We have 23 minutes.
Okay.
We got time for this. 2 Sundays ago, Karla, 2 Sundays in the wonderful city of Houston, Texas, at your favorite pastor, Joel Osteen's church, Lakewood Church, Joel Osteen's service. The following situation had happened, and I got 2 clips I want to show. So we'll watch the first clip. This is the first clip of actually, I'm just going to set it up. During the service, transitioning from whatever their offering was until his message, they were having a transition where Joel Osteen was getting ready to speak. And as he was getting ready to speak, 3 women who were pro-choice activists, they got on, they stood up in the choir, in the congregation, and they started to, what's the word I'm looking for? Protest for the overturning of Roe versus Wade. Now, the following probably will have some language in it. If you hear it, it probably may have some language into the video, but so viewer discretion is advised. However, we're going to show you 2 clips. We're going to show you what was shown on the television. So this is what, because Joel Osteen's message is televised. So they wouldn't dare put the protest on the televised version. But this is the televised version of what happened. And then I have a clip that shows what actually happened. So here's the televised version.
We'll just never be the same in Jesus' name. God bless you. If you'd like to open your Bibles to Nehemiah chapter 4, you're welcome to. Nehemiah chapter 4, and we'll wait just one moment here, but God is good, and He's on the throne, and He's in control, so we'll just take one moment here, and we'll get started, but I know this, I'm glad to be in the house of the Lord with people of faith, and so we'll stay in. Thank you, Lord, for a good service. All right, y'all. We love everybody. So we just thank the Lord that He's in control and He has all things in His hands. And I think as long as I keep talking, you can't hear what everybody else is saying. So anyway, how about...
I am curious about what you think just looking at that clip.
It's not related. The thought came through my mind. I was like, wow, I wonder if that's all his hair.
I'm pretty sure it's altered at some point, but I'm pretty sure that's his hair. I don't think he's balding.
Okay. Great hair. Second of all, I thought he handled it well. I mean, what else are you to do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you think?
I laughed because I thought to myself, you couldn't do this in any other church. So you picked the best church to do this at. You know, we'll show you what the woman did for those of you guys who don't know. But every church, you picked the best one to do this in. First of all, and you also picked the most pointless church to do it at. Nothing against, I don't personally have an issue with Lakewood, but if you're trying to get the attention of pro-lifers, I don't think Lakewood's your choice.
But it is also like a very popular church, so
it's the one that they know about. It's their popular church. It's their version of Hillsong in Houston. So, but at the same time, Joel Osteen has never made any kind of statement about the overturning of Roe versus Wade. He'll never get political. He'll never say anything. He doesn't have an opinion on the matter. He doesn't say anything on the matter. So that's why I say you're picking the easiest target. You're picking the one that don't say nothing. And I agree with you. He handled it so well. He's a G. Just kind of like laugh and like, because he knows he got security. Now I will say from a pastoral perspective, it took the security way too long to get them out that church. Right, it took them way too long.
They had to be like, excuse me.
So yeah.
Like, hold on, excuse me.
Wait. Let me play this too, Carla. I also saw this. I want to show this to you.
Okay.
I also saw this.
Never be the same in Jesus' name. God bless you.
If you look at that crowd and how empty that church is.
Yeah.
As opposed to Lakewood, where it used to be.
Yeah.
That's fairly empty. But
really?
You know, it's post-COVID. It's post-COVID. But at the same time,
that's the problem, right?
It could be post-COVID, or could it be the money that they found in the wall and they're like, oh, that's where my offering went.
Right.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so here is the other clip of what happened. Okay. This is where the woke people took a video, and this is their video.
So they recorded their own thing.
My body, my choice. It's my body, my choice. Overturn, Rose. Hell no. My body, my choice. I am who I say I am. I do what I say I can do because I have a choice. I have a choice. I have a choice. I have a choice.
I know this. I'm glad to be in the house of the Lord.
Okay, so that's their version. They were escorted out. They were escorted out immediately, but you're right. They had to get through the crowd like, excuse us, pardon through.
Pardon me, coming through.
Coming through. Half naked woman here. Excuse me. She's screaming, my body, my choice. Yo, there's so much. It's hilarious. It's an hilarious situation. First of all, I didn't know this until my friend Ruslan brought it up on his video. That was breaking the law. It's called face law. And face law is you can people keep talking about your right, freedom of speech and stuff like that. But there is a law put in place called the face law, meaning that we cannot, and it was specifically written in law by Bill Clinton, President Bill Clinton, that faith-based groups cannot enter into abortion clinics to protest. And the law actually is going both ways. that people who are for abortions cannot go into synagogues and religious services and impress their protests in religious services. So, and it's actually has a fine and imprisonment of up to 7 years. So,
Dang.
yeah.
But
Again,
do you see people going into mosques and doing that?
oh hell no, they ain't going to no mosque to do that. Are
Did
you
you
kidding me?
know? Did you know that certain, I don't know the term, but they have like their own court? Did you know that?
Like their own judicial system.
Yes, outside of the United States judicial system. Yes,
The mosque
He-
does.
here in the United States.
I did not know that.
I'll find you the article and I'll send it to you. It was a woman that was trying to divorce her husband, and she took it to court, and the judge said, "I can't get involved in that. You got to take it to whatever and
Wow.
thing they have." I'll send it to you. But like I'm thinking, if they have their own judicial system, if somebody did that in a mosque, they might stone him or something. I don't know.
Oh, they probably would. I think
Yeah.
it'd be hell to pay. You do something like that in the mosque. It'd be something like that. I can't hear you though.
It's because Gio just came in
I
here.
see
Say hi,
him.
Gio.
Hi, Gio.
That's
Welcome to
Uncle
Epic Thoughts, Gio.
Yeah, but you need to get out right now, okay?
What's your name?
Bye,
we
Gio.
do this every time. We do this every time, Carl.
Yeah. Keep going.
So this, I found this very interesting because I guess what they were trying to get done, they accomplished what they were trying to accomplish. They accomplished, and that was to draw attention to themselves, to draw attention to the overturning of Roe versus Wade. However, I do feel like this was done in a very weird way because, again, they wouldn't. Would they do this to another church? I don't know. I don't know if they would be successful if they tried this at another church, or they might get into a free press type situation where maybe they were looking for a fight. You know, maybe they were looking for people to come back at them. Maybe they're waiting for somebody to get enraged with them. Because sometimes I feel like people, when they don't have an argument, their tactic is to draw you into the argument by enraging you. You know what I'm saying? Because she could have just stood up and said, "My body, my choice," but
Right.
she wanted to take her clothes off, which brings up. I don't know if I can. I wish I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet, and I'm not trying to make the feminist group disingenuous or what you do disingenuous, but he was like, why is it that women who want to prove a point feel like the only way they can do it is by taking their clothes off?
I think it was for shock value, don't you?
It was definitely for shock value. And I'm gonna play it again because I thought this was funny. Because it was one of those situations where they came in as a unit because they sat together. You knew they were going to do this together. And when the first woman got up and said something, she looked over at her friend, and it was clear that her friend was like, had one of those moments where they're at the edge of the seat, like, I don't know if I should do this.
I don't know if I should do this. And she nudged her like, go.
Yeah, you said you were going to do this with me. Like, you saw it.
It's my body, my choice. It's my body,
Right
my
there.
choice.
She's like, wait, are you not kidding us? She does that little hand out like, yo, come on.
Come on.
Carla, that'd be me.
Overturn, bro.
And then here you come standing out late, like it overturned, bro. Yeah, so it's just a very
Hell no. My body, my choice. I am who I say I am. I do what I say to do because I have a choice. I have a choice. I have a choice.
that middle girl still ain't talking. She said the one line.
I just don't think this was very effective.
No. Other than having conversation. Here we are talking about it.
Not for their cause.
Not for their cause at all.
Mm-mm.
But here's the question I have. What is the cause?
Are we to talk? I mean, do we have time to talk about this?
We have 11 minutes. Is the cause my question is, what's the goal? Is the goal to not overturn Roe versus Wade?
I guess.
And
why would somebody go to one of the Supreme Court justices' house in an attempt to murder them?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I do.
Why
So
why would they do that other than to try to intimidate them?
yeah, yeah. And when you listen, we talked about this in 2020 when we were talking about the Black Lives Matter and all the riots and all the and the marching. I don't get the marching. I if you wanted for I remember the Arabic community did a march in LA about 2019. Shut down shut down Sunset. I was hot because I was on Sunset. And I need to get the Gower, and I couldn't get over there because they're having a march and a rally. And I sat there like, what the heck? And the cop was telling me, you gotta go up this street, come around, go up to Hollywood, and come back down. I was hot, Carla, because I had to wait for 20 minutes, and I didn't know what the marching was about. I just saw the flag, so I took a picture, and I looked it up later. But it was effective because it made me go and say, what they marching about? And I Googled what they're marching about and found out what was going on in the Arabian culture. And I was like, oh, look at all the stuff that they're going through. That's sad. But after that, nothing else happened. So then you see like these groups, having like with the Black Lives Matter, we were torching down Tucson, Arizona. And I'm like, why are we torching Tucson? Tucson didn't do nothing to us. After George Floyd, we're going and we're burning down cities, but we're mad at the police. So we're going to respond by burning down their cities. Like, it makes no sense to make these stands and make these moves if there's no effect. This has no effect. You're not doing anything. And I get it now that you say it, because I didn't think about it. It's like, are we intimidated? Are they trying to intimidate us? Are they trying to intimidate? I'm not saying us, like I'm a pro. Like, I don't have a dog in the fight. I really don't. But I mean, is intimidation? It's just and I feel like what we saw in that video over at Lakewood is extremely childish. And I'm pretty sure that this ain't the first time somebody's tried to interrupt the Joel Osteen service.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it won't be the last.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to churches where the pastors are not Joel Osteen, and the guy tried to argue with him from the pulpit. I've had people try to argue with me from the pulpit. And it's just like, I don't know. Carla,
like, great buddy. Great buddy.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm just saying, like along the lines of what you're saying. If the goal is to try to do these intimidating tactics, then I don't know. We'll see if they work, but definitely going into a service at Joel Osteen's church to disrupt it, use profanity, take off your clothes, to me is not an effective way to get your message across. The truth is if you have ideas or opinions about something, the best thing is to share them in an intellectual, smart way and share better ideas and reasons for why you believe what you believe. But that's not what happened in this case.
Yes. And let's talk about this Roe versus Wade, this overturning Roe versus Wade thing. And it's interesting. I don't know if you watched Ruslan's video where he's talking about certain celebrities having a change of thought on the Roe versus Wade, like Bill Maher and Joe Rogan changing their mind on the overturn of Roe versus Wade, because Bill Maher especially was one of the people that was really big about this leak, and whoever did this leak is a hero and stuff like that. And then he did some research, and again, just doing some simple research changed his perspective.
And what was the research?
The research he found out that are the countries that we keep looking like, that people keep saying, why can't we be like this country where they don't have guns and they don't do this? But at the same time, those same countries that we keep imitating, that we want to be like, the postmodern European countries, have stricter abortion laws than America.
Oh, right. Most countries in Europe, I think it's 13 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then in comparison to the 24 states, that are red states that people are fussing about, compared to the 24 red states, you still in those red states have the 7th loosest abortion laws. The 7th loosest out of the whole world. So it's still in other parts of the world where we look up to, where we're looking at the European, we're looking at Australia. They don't have guns, but you also can't get abortions. It's 12 weeks in most of them. 12 weeks and lower, somewhere as low as 3. And you don't, but see, there's a difference between those countries and America, which is they don't have a pop-in hookup culture, right? They don't have a pop-in hookup culture. They don't have, they probably do have the medications and stuff to stop periods, but we use these, we pop that stuff like candy. So not only are they not knowing that they miss a period, they'll never know they miss a period because they're taking, medications that, and we have the most regular periods that we've ever had in a very long time. I'm not a woman, so I can't really speak on it that much, but that's just the facts of the matter. I'm not going to talk about somebody's cycle and stuff, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Yes. But it's just a very interesting time that we live in right now. Do you think Roe versus Wade is going to get overturned? How about that?
I really don't know. I think it's going to go either way. Ever since the document leaked, I think that was the beginning of the intimidation tactics.
Yes.
In an attempt to make sure that it doesn't get overturned. And overturning it just really means that they're giving the state the authority to decide how they want to govern it, which should be based on the constituents in that state to decide what they want to do with abortion.
Yeah. I'm just like you. I'm just here for the ride at this point. I'm just going to watch and learn. I do think I agree with you. I agree that this is an intimidation tactic, and we're about to find out if our Supreme Court is easily intimidated or not. And honestly, if you ask me personally, I think our Supreme Court's easily intimidated.
Yeah.
I go on record to say our president's intimidated.
Well,
I think he's very intimidated.
I don't think he knows what day it is, so.
No. I wonder, this is so bad to say. But we ain't going to get canceled because I own the network. But I wonder if you put Joe Biden in a room with 3 black women and one of them was Kamala Harris, would he know which one of them was the vice president?
I don't know.
Is that wrong? Should I not said that?
I honestly think that he's like on so much medication. Like I don't know. I don't know how somebody that old is able to do all the things he's able to do without medication.
He was on Jimmy Kimmel the other day. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And it was hilarious. He was talking about one thing, and then he, in the middle of a sentence, he switched over to something else. And I was like, how did we get here? Let me see if I can find it real quick before we go. It was very, it is hilarious what he said too. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
this may have commentary on it. It may not, but we'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't, but it just might. This is last week. This is Joe Biden on Jimmy Fallon. After this commercial break. Okay. Thanks, you two.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to get it to play. It's not playing. Anyways, he was on Jimmy Fallon. He started talking about news, and then it got very bad very quick. He started talking about fake news and how things are very fake out there. And then next thing you know, he was talking about sports. He was talking like it was like you were talking to your grandpa during the picnic and he had too much to drink. And I was just like, wow, this is
That's sad.
sad. This is so sad. It was just an upsetting time. But it's Jimmy Kimmel. What do you expect? Anyways, Karla, thanks for joining me today. That's all we have time for today. Karla, tell people where they can find you.
Karla Finlayson. That's it.
And you can find
Easy
me at
find.
Easy find. She there. And you can check out Heritage Park Productions, man. Find out everything going on with Heritage Park. And also get your clothing, man. And then if you have not yet done it, download HPTV. It's available on Roku, Amazon Fire, your Fire TV, Apple TV. It's also available on iPhone and Android phones. And there's even a website you can connect to. HPTV. You can watch back episodes of Heritage Park. Of Epic Thoughts, all HP content, and our music videos. We need to get Karla's music video. We need to do a music video. We need to do a lot of music stuff for Karla and get more Karla out there. It's about that time, Karla. It's about that time. So
Indeed, sir.
Let's do it. All right, Karla. I'm pretty sure I'm going to talk to you in 15, 20 minutes.
All right, then.
All right, then. Everybody out there.